Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, hunters of all ages, welcome to American Antlers, where our world-renowned judges take your trail camera pictures and decide whether they should shoot or pass. Our first judge, coming all the way from Hollywood, Minnesota, Karen Perry is a hunter that is beyond entitled and has no scope of normality. She uses her privileged upbringing and lifestyles to demand things are done her way. Karen's deer stand features heated leather seats, Starbucks drink holder. You'll know when Karen punches her tag because her two-door Mercedes coupe is the only one on the highway with a deer strapped to the hood. Our next judge is from Mumble Truck, Wisconsin. It's Garth Booner. Garth is a certified redneck professional. Garth is hard to understand, yet his logic makes perfect sense to everyone once you get to know him. There's always a good reason behind every buck Garth arrows. Garth's deer hunting superpower was to break down the technical details of every deer he sees with John Madden-like precision. Our next judge from Walla Walla, Winnebago is Chip. Chip is known as Let Her Rip Chip. He's also that neighbor we all grew up next to that empties his entire gun opening morning right at first legal shooting light. Or in his words, close enough to opening time. The motto Chip has lived by since his first deer camp is, if it's brown, it's down. Chip has never eaten tag soup, and he never will. And from Upper Anywhere, our next judge is Bo Travis. Every deer that doesn't get shot by Bo is taken too early. If you say he's a 4-year-old, Bo is adamant you don't know what the hell you're talking about, and that deer is 2.5 years old. Bo is also against any new equipment that today's hunters use and thinks everyone is cheating with all the new technology. Let's introduce our judges. Starting from the right is Karen Perry. Next is Garth Booner.
Yeah, I'm just really happy to be here. I can't wait to look at your pictures and see if it's a shooter or not.
Next is our favorite one-named hunter, Chip.
Yeah, I'd probably let her rip.
And finally, last but not least, is Bo Travis. All right, let's get into the heat of the meat. Deer number 1, named Timber 10. Timber 10 was submitted by Rackmaster 23 from Central Wisconsin judges. Rackmaster 23 states, this deer has been running his property for the last 2 years. Rackmaster 23 also says he has several other pictures of this deer on camera, and so does his neighbor, so he's worried if he doesn't shoot this deer, someone else will. Judges, shoot or pass?
Well, Rackmaster 23 and his neighbor must be terrible hunters.
Why do you say that?
Running around for 2 years, I'd let her rip. That's so good to be dead.
It's hard to tell from that one picture, right? Like, what are we dealing with?
Deer.
I mean, let's be honest, guys. He's small.
Here's the deal, everybody. Like, if you look at the body, right? It's flat top back. It's got a small chest. You know what? The rack's pretty good for the body size, but I just don't know. I'm really not feeling this one.
Typical you, Garth, all about the rack.
Well, yeah, I like to see. I kind of agree with Bo on this one. I'd like to see it from the front to really see how the width of it.
Agreed.
Looks to be about 4 inches.
Ah, man, I'll tell you, if you're asking about the width of this one, I'm going to use about 15 3/4 inches.
Really? That big?
Karen, go back shopping.
Oh my God, gag me with a broadhead. Shut up, Garth.
I'm ready to vote. I'm done.
Chip, what's your opinion?
My opinion?
Your opinion, Chip.
Shoot it. Let her rip.
Bo?
Back straps in a heartbeat.
I'm having a hard time with this guy saying that this deer's been on his property for 2 years because that looks like a 2-year-old to me. I'm really having a hard time with that right now.
So serious.
So shoot or pass?
I pass. That's a 2-year-old.
Well, that's a typical answer from Bo over there. See, I'm looking at it this way, right? The neighbor's hunting this deer the same way. You know, I really like the body characteristics of this deer. I think he's got really good potential. The way the eye glows, I know that he's got good vision, so he's got,
Wrap it up here, Garth.
You know what, I'm gonna give him a pass as well, though.
Okay, thank you. I'm gonna pass as well. He's just, not all together. He's kind of small. 2-year-old, meh. Let's go on to the next.
Good luck with that one, Rackmaster 23. Let's go on to the next one, Karen. It's deer number 2 called Crazy 8. Crazy 8 was submitted by Josh from Missouri. Josh states that he has never had an encounter with Crazy 8 in the stand, but he has gotten several nighttime pictures of this deer. Crazy 8 has only been on the field edges. Josh named this deer Crazy 8 because of the 8 points and unique rack profile. Judges, shoot or pass.
Do you honestly think he's never seen that deer before?
Here's the deal. I'm gonna skip over Karen. I don't know if her opinion really matters on this one. This deer is what I'm gonna declare as a bully buck. He's all busted up. Man, I tell you what, he walks by me, he'd get a ride in the back of a pickup.
100% agree. Backstraps in a heartbeat. Let it rip.
I think it's a good call buck. I think we got a 3-year-old. He's a little beat up. He's not real wide. You know, he might get a little heavier next year, but I think that's a good call buck.
Yeah, I would shoot. I would shoot. Very unique. I like unique.
Obvious. What would this deer score, in my opinion? Don't care. It tastes good.
Oh, score on this one, I'm gonna go with about 115. What do you think there, Booner?
Ah, man, I don't know. The rack doesn't score a whole lot. That body size, I bet you that deer is over 193 pounds. I'm looking at the back hocks area, see where the belly meets the old privates. That's pretty thick through that region. I think this deer is eating a lot of corn and some soybeans. I don't judge deer by the rack size. I judge them by their body size, and I think this one's got a good body going on it.
Buck gazing. There's something wrong with you. See, I'd be against giving this deer any more time. I want to eat it. Shoot it.
No, this deer's got to go. You don't want to pass those G's on. He needs to be a little wider than that. You want wider deer in your herd.
Would I pass this deer? I don't think so, because I'm just worried that he's going to run off my beautiful bucks. So I'm definitely a shooter for sure.
Well, good luck, Josh from Missouri, with that one. I hope you can get some heads or tails out of that information. Deer number 3, judges, is called Crosby. Crosby was submitted by Jeff from Wisconsin. Jeff says this deer got his name because of his towering G2 antlers that remind him of football field goalposts. Jeff also states this is probably the biggest deer he has ever gotten on camera since he has owned his property that he bought back in 2019. All right, judges, shoot or pass.
Oh, he's a shooter for sure.
Yeah,
Look at that.
I don't like to do this, but once in a while I gotta agree with the Karen over here. And here's one thing that I like about deer racks is I like a big symmetrical 8. Look at the G2s on that one. I really feel like they're towering. They really reaches high. That deer holds his mass really well all the way through and through. Now, the other thing too, is that a leaf across his back or is that a scar, do you think there, Chippy?
If it's a scar, somebody's a terrible archer.
So, I mean, yeah, I don't know. What do you think, Bo Travis?
I'm sitting here trying to figure out how he got that picture. That looks like it's through a screen. Is he taking scouting to a whole nother level where he's sitting in ground blinds, you think?
Or is this out the back window of his house?
That could
shooting
be that
through the
too.
Screen,
Sitting on the shitter,
too.
probably.
Yeah, coming
That's
in.
definitely not a trail camera.
Yeah.
This guy's got this deer really dialed in. If he's getting that close early in the season like this, that's a definite shooter.
Yeah.
Talked about a G something. I don't eat the horns, but I'd let it rip.
That deer right there too, again, I'm going right back to the body characteristics. That one's got a big, thick chest. That neck meets it real well in the front there. Like Karen said here, I like my racks and I like my chest.
I think you like your meat.
Yeah, I'm looking at this one like,
Likes it thick.
God, why are you even on this show? I don't understand. But anyways, I'm going with the shooter all day long.
Agreed, shooter. Let's roll on to the next.
Well, good luck, Jeff, with that G2. Hope your neighbor doesn't get it. Deer number 4, judges, is called Fingers. Next up, we have a deer called Fingers. Fingers, submitted by Mark from Kansas. Fingers is on Mark's hit list, and he thinks this would look great on his wall. And that is a deer that has a lot of character. Judges, character or not, shoot or pass.
You must have a really small wall if that's gonna go. I'm just saying. Just saying. That's a definite pass for me.
Why?
I agree
think
with
Mark's
both.
my
Hey,
best friend as a
size
child.
matters.
I don't know, the eyes are close together, the racks inside the ears. I'd let it rip. I'll eat it.
So here's a couple of things, right? Let's go right back to the body. Skinny deer, early season potentially. You know, it looks like it's still. Yeah, I do agree with that.
It's still
Right?
velvet.
It would eat well, right? I think this deer is a big time pass for me. It's got a lot of great characteristics in that rack, especially those brow tines, how they curve in. And I mean, what do you guys think? Those brow tines at least 4 to 5 inches
I was
already?
gonna say 6.
Yeah, this is a nice 1.5-year-old deer in my opinion. He's already looks like a 10 with some big towering brows. This deer, Karen, I'm passing. What's your thoughts?
Oh, please, I'm passing. So small.
Just not up to your standards,
No,
huh?
no, remember, size matters. You wouldn't know anything about that.
Well, here's a little tip, guys. I'm gonna tell you. The old wise adage says if you cover up the rack with a finger and it looks like a doe, it's too young to shoot. So I'm covering that rack up, and I don't even have that big of hands, and I definitely think that's only 1.5 years old. I think whoever submitted this picture has got a really good genetic buck on his hands, and I'd let her go.
You know, Garth, I think it's been a long time since your finger's seen a rack.
Burn! How's that feel?
Yeah, I ain't got much to say to that.
All right, so everybody's a pass, right?
Yes,
No.
pass.
No, oh, not Chip.
No way.
Not
Come
Chip.
on, Chip. You cannot shoot that.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, those are our top 4 deer for today's episode of American Antlers. Thank you for joining us. For Karen Perry, Garth Booner, Chip, Bo Travis, this is Vince Venison saying thanks for tuning in. Tune in next week. Have your pets spayed and neutered. And remember, everything you've seen and heard here has nothing to do with the real shot. See you next week. To submit your photos for a chance to be on American Antlers, visit therealshot.com. Once there, look for the American Antlers submission page, click on it, and find Submit Your Photos. And good luck! American Antlers is owned and operated by The Real Shot. In no way does The Real Shot have an opinion on which deer you choose to harvest as long as it is done legally and following your local laws. Please adhere to your local regulations when it comes to the harvest of any animal. American Antlers is for fun only, and anyone that takes offense to these skits needs to realize that these thoughts, comments, and depictions are not those of the hosts of our show or anyone associated with The Real Shot. Users who volunteer to submit their photos agree to let these pictures be seen and talked about on an American Antlers episode.